everyone to the P&HCC College meeting ceremony for the Physical Therapist Assistant Program class of 2023. I'm glad that everyone could be here. I wanted to make some introductions. We have President Hodges here tonight, Dean Wickstrom, Dean Ferguson, Amy Webster. I can keep it straight. All this. But that's our administrative folks. We're so happy to have them here again tonight. I'm Dr. Rebecca Duff. I'm the program director. I have our faculty here. Mr. Derek Simpson is our academic coordinator of clinical education. Lori Nolan is one of our great adjunct faculty for us. And Ashley Donovan is another great adjunct. And we're so happy to have both of those guys in our program. So again, I'm glad you all could make it. It's been a long haul for these guys. They probably thought it would never get here, and sometimes it went too fast. So we're happy to have them here tonight and to see them reach this milestone that they worked really hard for. So at this time, Dr. Hodges will come up and speak.
Yeah, Dr. Hodges.
I'll give you the $20, I promise you, buddy. Thank you so much. On behalf of the faculty, staff, the boards of Patrick and Henry Community College, welcome to one of the tentpole events of the year. It is always a highlight for us when we're able to acknowledge the incredible accomplishments of any of our healthcare and medical programs. I don't need to tell any of you in here that the work that these students have done over the last 2+ years has been extraordinary, and their accomplishments are worthy of celebration. Would you give them another round of applause for all of the work that they've done? I always want to acknowledge the support staff that these students have received. There is no way that they can accomplish what they have without your support. So for all of the study sessions, the meals, Hamlet for child care, whatever you may have done to help them get to this accomplishment, we want to extend our deep gratitude. How about you giving them a round of applause for helping you get to this point, folks? So I am delighted to welcome you to Patrick and Henry Community College. Again, this is a significant milestone for these students, and we're delighted to be here with you tonight to celebrate. I'm going to turn over to our faculty who are going to give some remarks.
Hey, Dr. Derek Simpson is our clinical coordinator, and he's going to come up and say a few words to you guys. He joined us in August of this year and has made great strides in our program and really connected with these guys.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm the newest member here of the PTA faculty, and it's truly been a pleasure to get to know these students over the past really 3 months. But they have worked extremely hard to get to this finish line here. And even in that short time frame, I got to really observe these students in their clinical settings, and to see how far they've come from day one when I met them to where they are today is incredible. So I'm really proud of you guys, and I know that you're going to go forward and do some great things. And tonight, I think the way I look at it is this signifies when we go from student to college. So you guys are entering into a great profession, and I know you're going to change lives moving forward. Thank you.
Now, Lori Nolan.
Good evening. I just want to thank all of you for coming out to support this graduating class of 2023. All of us here at Patrick and Henry are so proud of these graduates. And I feel very fortunate that I have the opportunity to be on the staff here as an adjunct instructor. I teach the fall semester of pathology or pathological conditions, and it's a lot of information jammed into a 15-week course, and we have a good time though in that. And I just want to make a quick note that how much I enjoyed this class when I was teaching. My first impression of the class when I walked in was like, wow, look at all these muscles. Jay was sitting beside me, and I was just like, they have a lot of athletic lovers, you know, in this class. And I was just hoping that I could give them the opportunity to exercise their brain, which they did. I have been a physical therapist for 30 years. I graduated from Old Dominion in Norfolk, Virginia, and I worked in various settings, including hospitals, outpatient, school, home health, and skilled nursing facilities. Most of them have been around in the Patrick County or Henry County area. I just wanted to say something to the graduates that I hope each one of you that's graduating today will enjoy your career in this field as much as I have in mine. You will be rewarded with new friendships, humorous stories to tell your families over time. Laughter is sometimes the best medicine for a sick patient, and they will surprise you of how they can keep their spirits up when they're going through some really tough times. You will have inspirational moments, such as assisting a patient to evolve with a prosthesis after an amputation surgery. Perhaps you will have a bittersweet memory of a patient that passes away after an extended illness who told you, "I'm ready to go home, and it's not so bad on the other side." Then demonstrated peace with their imminent death. I've met interesting people from different cultures, social status, and backgrounds with unusual injuries as well as common illnesses. I had a home health patient one time that was a bomber pilot in World War II, and he actually had an airplane hangar built onto his house where he parked his airplane. And he and his wife would fly up from Lawrenceville up to Smith Mountain Lake for lunch. I've had a patient who was ecstatic when I showed her how to borrow books from the public library using an app on her phone. I've had a patient who I gave a crocheted prayer shawl, and 2 years later, when she thought her cancer had reoccurred, she told me she put that prayer shawl over her as a comfort while she awaited the results of a bone biopsy. It doesn't take much to make an impact on a person who suddenly finds themselves dealing with a traumatic injury, painful condition, surgical procedure, or even a brief hospitalization with pneumonia that will require rehab to regain even the simple activity of walking to the bathroom. A smile, a friendly compliment, or any kind of action such as giving the patient a ginger ale or helping them to make a phone call to a family member can help brighten their day. You will be more than a physical therapist assistant. You will be a friend, a confidant, and maybe even someone's hero. You, as a healthcare worker, should care for your patient's recovery as well as care about their mental and spiritual well-being and demonstrate empathy for their situation. I like this quote from Teddy Roosevelt that seems appropriate for this graduating class as you enter the professional rehabilitation world. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. That's my best advice for you going forward, and I just want to say congratulations to all of you.
So I just have a few things to impart to you and to think about as you start your career and as you continue your career through your lifetime. There's things that patients want from us. They want empathy, compassion, and kindness. So empathy is understanding what your patient's going through. You may not have ever experienced their illness, their injury, but you understand that they're going through something that impacts them, and that you respect that and acknowledge that. And it's real to them, and they want compassion from you, that you have a desire to help them get better. That this is not just a job that gives you a paycheck, but that you make a real impact on patients' lives. And the things you say and do when you're working with that patient can make a great difference in their life. But kindness to me is the number one thing. Unfortunately, in the world today, we seem to have lost a lot of that, and we need to bring it back. Some little gesture you make, a word you say, a pat on the shoulder, might be the only kind thing that happens to someone that day. And so you want to treat your patients with kindness. I'm realistic. You're not going to like every patient you encounter. They're not going to like you. But you want to treat them with respect and empathy, compassion, and kindness. And I always tell this story, and administration will probably hear it year after year, but I think it highlights that. Years ago, I came in on a Saturday to work at the hospital to treat patients. And there was a lady that was going to come down for whirlpool treatment. In those days, whirlpool tanks are like the tanks with water, and they're different sizes in physical therapy. One's a bathtub shaped, another one's like a little mini swimming pool, another one's up on a pedestal that you can raise them up in a lift chair, put your leg over in it. And so the tech said, well, this lady's going to be a challenge to work with. She was really uncooperative yesterday. It took them an hour and a half to do her treatment that should have taken about 30 minutes. And it was just not good. And I thought, oh, well, we just have to deal with it. So she brought the lady down. And I'm talking with her and find out she's deathly afraid of heights. And they put her in the lift chair. And I had images of her getting agitated and tipping over and hitting the concrete floor. So I said, well, I have this little bathtub kind of tub. I can just lift you up enough to put your legs in that, do your whirlpool treatment, lift you up just enough to dress your legs, put bandages on. She said, okay. So the treatment went well. Instead of lifting her way up in the lift chair to put bandages on her legs, I set sheets down on the floor and sat down on those, and the tech handed me the dressings, and I dressed her legs. No problems. But what really touched my heart was the lady, as I was writing her note and getting ready to send her back upstairs, she said, you're the only person that's been nice to me since I've been in this hospital. And no patient should ever feel that way. And again, you know, think about how what you say, what you do, how you interact impacts somebody. So when the tech came back, though, she was really irritated with me. She said, you let that patient win. Well, it's not a contest. I said, what did she win? I said, this lady's quality of life, she had diabetic ulcers on both legs. They were not healing. I said, her quality of life is poor. It's only going to get worse. She's probably heading toward amputations. And so she went back to her room in a good mood. I'm not ruffled and irritated the rest of the day. So, you know, but it's not a battle of wills. It's not a who wins over the patient. But again, it just takes a little bit of things like that to make somebody feel better. So always, even though that patient might be trying your nerves, just hear Dr. Duff's voice down the road going, be nice. Count to 10 under your breath. And, you know, but don't make it a battle and don't be unkind to people, okay? That's a big part of interacting with patients is making them feel that you really care, that you want them to get better, that you're there to do your best for them. And I know you guys will do that. I've seen that in you, in your classes and your labs. I wish you the best of luck in your career. I've been in this career for a very long time. I taught in the program in Roanoke, and I was clinical coordinator for a long time, so I have lots of graduates down in this part of the state. So you'll run into them. Some of you've already said you had on your clinical. So, and actually, Dr. Simpson actually are both some of my grads as well. So just hear my voice saying, you know, be kind, be compassionate, be empathetic. And congratulations. Keep in touch. Let me know how you do, or you wind up working. We'd love to hear from you and know how things are going. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Ashley. The students asked her to be their guest speaker. She's a great adjunct for our program and really goes an extra mile to help this program be successful and to help the students learn and grow while they're in the program.
Good evening, everyone. As Dr. Duff said, I'm Ashley Donovan. I'm a PTA. I've been a PTA for just over 17 years now. I can hardly believe it. But you guys will be there before long, before you know it. But I'm so happy to see so many family members and friends here this evening as we celebrate the PTA class of 2023. Woo! I know that many of you have sacrificed time with these students as they have worked tirelessly to make it to this point of graduation. To this graduating class, I want to say what a joy it's been to be one of your instructors and also your lab assistant these past 2 years. It's been an honor getting to know each of you and to see you all make strides in your education, which has now brought you to achieve this tremendous accomplishment. Graduating from an accredited PTA program is indeed something for which you should all be very proud. My PTA class, many years ago, was told by one of our professors that it would be one of the hardest degrees we would earn. It turned out to be true, but it was a worthwhile endeavor that has proved to be so fulfilling. The effort you put forth throughout the program has brought you to this moment. I hope that each of you take in this moment and remember all the challenges these last 2 years, but also the triumphs. I have seen you come to many light bulb moments, and I've watched you excitedly discuss what you were able to do on your clinicals with your patients. Many of you also brought me to tears when reading your assignments, because you showed that connection between understanding with your mind and understanding with your heart. After graduating and beginning your career, you will begin to look back on the memories of your time in PTA school. You have studied, rest, cried, and laughed. You have endured many late nights and early mornings, skills checks and practical exams. Remember all those fun practical exams? I'm sure there's probably like a groan right now. Congratulations, though, on making it to this point. Now, as you take your state board exam, obtain your PTA license, and begin your career as a PTA, always remember that learning never ends. We are so blessed to work in the medical field, in which new discoveries and developments are continuously being made. Always remember the compassion that you have for people that brought you to the field of physical therapy in the first place. And always keep that compassion at the center of who you are as a PTA and healthcare professional. Endeavor to show compassion to your patients, to their family members and caregivers, and also your coworkers. You will have challenging patients, but remember to treat the patient as a whole, not just holding the patient. You will have patients that will tell you what a difference you made in their lives. We've heard some of those stories already. I will always remember a patient I treated when I worked in the home health setting who said he knew I was meant to help him from the moment I walked in his house. A few years later, while working with a wheelchair-bound patient in the outpatient setting, the patient and I both sat down and cried when that patient walked 15 feet, something that a lot of us just take for granted. But that patient walked 15 feet for the first time in nearly 18 years. As a PTA, you will have these special moments with your patients that you will never forget. And that will cause you to know that you're in a very rewarding career and that your studies have not been in vain. You too will be overcome with joy for your patients. As they achieve goals they may have thought were impossible. In our discussions and when reading your assignments in psychosocial aspects class, I saw the amazing and compassionate hearts of each of you. I saw you grow in not only your mental and educational knowledge, but also your emotional intelligence. You will cross the stage here tonight But you will then cross into a new stage in your life that is an exciting adventure. Physical therapy is such a rewarding profession. The journey on which you are about to embark is one filled with incredible potential. May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you will make. It has been said of physical therapy that it is the science of healing, the art of caring. But I want to quote one of you from one of your assignments. Keelan Roberts said in one of his papers that although we will not be able to heal every patient, he will always try to help every patient. We had discussed in class that if your only goal in therapy was to heal, then you would burn out very quickly. Our goal in physical therapy is to always care for each patient and help them in any way we can. I hope that theme of caring will continue within each of you. And you've heard that already. You've heard several of us tonight. Remember our motto in Psychosocial Aspects class, be a nice human. We said that a lot because it was on your final exam, remember? Now, after this important ceremony tonight, go out and celebrate what a wonderful accomplishment you have earned. I am proud to say that we have now gone from an instructor-student relationship to colleagues in the field of physical therapy, and echoing what Dr. Simpson said as well. Always know that we here at P&H are very proud of you and are always here for you. Congratulations, PTA class of 2023.
Presentation of the pins. The pin is a symbol of graduating from the program. It's a nice thing that students can wear on their ID badge or their lapel on their shirt. It signifies that you came through a challenging program and you started into a rewarding career. So at this time, we will get ready for that. J. Cox Stockton. Ray Higgins.
You're good. You're good.
R.J. Hagley. Roberts.
More guns?
Cooper Smith. Harley Squall. So congratulations to the class of 2023. All right, if graduates would please stand. We have a physical therapist assistant oath. And I'm going to read the oath, and at the end, say I do. As a physical therapist assistant, I pledge to comply with the laws and ethical guidelines that govern physical therapy, to maintain professional competence and exercise sound judgment, to respect the skills and knowledge of all rehabilitation team members, to place the welfare of my patients above my own self-interest, to respect the rights and dignity of all individuals and treat patients with compassion, empathy, and kindness. With this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the physical therapy profession. Okay, guys? Perfect. And now, also, if you guys want to take photos and things, you're free to stay here and do so. And there's packaging banner back there if you'd like to do that. Again, thank you all for coming. Glad you could all be here to see that.